kinds, whatever your handicraft is. To new viewers, welcome. It's nice to have you here. To returning viewers, welcome back. I do appreciate you coming back. Some of you have hit the subscribe button, and please do if you want a notification when there's a new episode out. And it's so great to have this little corner. My name is Lotta. You can find me on the internet as fembarnsmamman, which means mother of 5. You can find me on Instagram as stickmamman Lotta, which is the knitting mother Lotta, stickmamman Lotta. And here as House of Nellie, which is our beautiful golden retriever dog. So I said welcome, yes, to both new and returning viewers. It's been a while, haven't been here. I know a lot of podcasters say it's been a while, life got in between, and well, life does, doesn't it? There's lots to do. I'm one of those mothers who I bake bread, I sort laundry, make sure everything has what everyone needs. And also this pandemic times is trying. Schools are partially closed, so there are different days when different daughters go to different schools, and we don't want them going by train or bus, those who do. So I drive them there, I go get them there, I make sure they're safe, make sure they have everything they need. And so there's a lot of cooking, there's a lot of making breakfast, making lunch at the right times, making sure we have dinner plans, a lot of those things going on, and it's great. It's great to have the children at home, of course. I do enjoy that, and at the same time it makes me, well, it keeps me busy, and that's a good thing. I can feel that I'm a bit tired, like today, which is a Sunday. It's been a wonderful weekend. Yesterday all our daughters made us dinner, so my husband and I could just sit down, and I sat there knitting, and I think my husband was reading something on his computer. And we sat there together and we listened to all our daughters make dinner in the kitchen, and they were talking and laughing and asking us things so we could answer, and all we had to do was the cleaning up. And that was great. That was very restful and nice, and I really did enjoy that. And today was, yesterday was a kind of grey weather day. I don't know, it was rainy, it was just grey and a bit cold. Today was a sunny day. It's still a bright and sunny day, so we decided that we go out. Sometimes we make outings, and go for hikes, go walking in the woods, because we live nearby forests. Well, we live out in the country, so we just step outside and we're basically in the forest. So we go for hikes, and we lit a fire and made our lunch there, and took a long walk, and came home. But before we went out, we were preparing lunch, and I have to admit, I was grumpy. I didn't want to prepare things, I didn't want to do that. I had no energy to do that, so I wasn't the best of moms today. But we all went out, we prepared the lunch, we had a lovely little fire, well, not so small, we had a fire started, and you know, cooked our lunch there, and sat talking. So my hair smells of smoke, my clothes smell of smoke, my jacket, and that's fine. I really love that. Sitting outside, just enjoying being outside with family is wonderful. So it's been a great day. I was grumpy at the start, happy when we got home, and I've been cleaning the house, baking bread, or you know, starting those. So I haven't really baked the bread yet, but started it, and sorted out the laundry and started dinner. So I'm sitting here while dinner is on the stove. So we have some minutes. So that was a rant, but I'm keeping busy. We're staying safe. Children in my youngest daughter's class has been tested positive for COVID, so we're staying, you know, within a family for now, and trying to keep safe. We're all doing fine. I hope you're all doing fine, and I hope that you find joy in your handicraft. This can be, as I've said many times now, a trying time, but I find a lot of joy in handicraft, knitting especially. Sorry, it's the chair. Yes, finished objects. Those of you who follow me on Instagram have seen pictures of the Birkin sweater by Caitlin Hunter, or Boylandknitworks, is also her name. This is the finished sweater for my daughter, and she loves it. I didn't do any short rows in the back to make it higher, but she loves it as it is. She didn't want any short rows. This tried my patience and taught me a lot of things. This was my modify your sweater project, and the whole sweater is on big modification. I based it on another pattern. Actually, a pattern that we figured out on our own for our oldest daughter. So I followed those measurements because they're roughly the same size, and I started it. This is in the pattern, this is a top-down knit, but I started it at the bottom because that is my preferred method. I like how the ribbing turns out. I will ask you a thing later, but I like how the ribbing turns out then, so I started it here, knit up to here, stopped, knit the sleeves one at a time on DPNs, because I like knitting sleeves on DPNs, and then joined it together in the round, and then started the yoke, and that's where I really had to think. So I've ripped this yoke out many times. We started with these leaves, and it's supposed to be finished off with leaves as well, but it seems we didn't have space for that. The sweater, I did knit the leaves up here, and but then when our daughter tried it, the sweater went up to here, and I should have stopped, of course, but I just kept on going. I was so happy. So I had to rip it out and modify the yoke. But all the colours that she chose are in this yoke, and she was happy with this, and it looks lovely on her. It's a tight fit sweater, and she thinks it's very warm, lovely to wear, and even though I was a bit nervous about the fit, it turned out great. It looked so big. The neckline looked so big, but it isn't really. It goes, you know, like that, and it fits her wonderfully, and she is very happy. So now our oldest daughter also wants one, and I had many colours on one round. I had up to 4 colours on one round, which wasn't very smartly planned, but that's what our daughter wanted. So that was a bit slow going, but well, it was fun anyway. It taught me a lot of things, and I think I will make another one of these. Totally modified version of the Birkin sweater. It's a half of a Birkin yoke, and it's my sweater design. And it's a lovely yoke. It's so delicate. It's all these bright colors. It seems like a summer sweater. I'm so happy that she loves it, that her daughter loves it, and I think she's going to wear it a lot. And while I was knitting this, when I started knitting this, the love of, we spend so much time together, we always do, but even more now. The love of handicrafts, or the love of knitting, is kind of not rubbed off on, but inspired our daughters as well. So 2 of our daughters is now knitting their own sweater, and it's great helping them, teaching them how to do and seeing their joy just of sitting there making their own garments. I just love that. It's great. Okay, so I do have a little note here reminding me of what to talk about. Seems I'm not really following it, but almost. So, yes, while I'm saying that our daughters are now knitting their own sweaters, I showed you the Hansel hat that I was making, or I had made so much progress on it, but one of the daughters really loved that yarn. It was a kind of a marl blue-white campus yarn, and she loved it. So I ripped out that the start of a Hansel hat and gave her the yarn because she really loves it and wants it, and I had been unsure about the colour. So I do love a grey. So this is the yarn that I purchased, and I will restart my Hansel hat. I have a lot of other projects to finish off before I start that, but this lies in waiting. And I bought 2 different, so this is going to be the base colour of the Hansel hat, and this is going to be the edge colour. And there are the same colours in between. A bit of a muted kind of shawl, and I think I'm going to love it. So that's on my project list, and I'm so happy that my daughter chose the blue and white marl yarn. She really loves that, so everything turns out great with that. And currently now I knit some raggsockor, some woolen socks, and sew too. And now I realize that I don't have any myself, so I started one raggsocker for me, and I'm knitting that in between when just when I feel like it. It's a kind of TV knitting. So I'm knitting through the Christmas yarn sweaters for our 5 daughters, and I've knit 3 sweaters now and started the 4th. So this is a project, yes, it is a project, but it's a pattern by Knitlovewool, also known as Jennifer Steingass. It is called the Sunrae. I didn't print out the picture. You can look it up, but I'll show you that. That's the Sunrae. That daughter wanted. I'm knitting it out of Rauma Finull. It's not the suggested yarn, but I can get the same gauge with this. I'm modifying it slightly gauge-wise. The smallest size is a bit too big, so I chose smaller needles. We'll see how that works out, but I think it's going to be good. I'm knitting it out of Rauma Finull, which is a woolen yarn, and the region woolen yarn. one of the yarns that I really do love. I've come to like this very much. It's a woolen yarn, non-superwash, just wool, and that seems to be what I choose to knit with because it just feels good. So these are the two colours that she chose. I didn't bring my reading glasses up here. This is colour 4041, a deep kind of blue purple, and this is this was called the Cherry Blossom Pink, 1494. A Cherry Blossom Pink. So this is the main colour, and this is the contrast colour. And I started it, I think 2 days ago. I started it and started it by increasing in the wrong way, so I had to rip that out and I started again. So this is the progress I've made on it, and I just love it. This is a top-down knit, which isn't my preferred method, but I thought I'm not going to modify it as much as I did with the other sweater, the Birkin, because well, it was a bit tiresome. It was a lot of work, so I'm trying to follow the pattern that way now. So I'm using the invisible increase that Jennifer Steingass wants you to use in the pattern. I've knit a fern and a feather in Knitlovewool before, and I think I used that same increase, and I'm not sure I did it correctly because it didn't turn out great. It was a bit I don't know, I think I could see the increases and it was supposed to be invisible, so I must have made something wrong. But it's a bulkier yarn, the Knitlovewool, and this isn't. This I think is a fingering weight. It's 2-ply. I think it's called fingering. So a more delicate, and I can't see the increases at all. But I looked it up, I studied, I looked it up on YouTube and studied it closely, used all the patience that I have in you know, trying really hard to do it right, and I think it turned out great. So this is far I've gotten. I've come to row 30, I think, and it's so great. I had to use my reading glasses to see the chart because my eyesight is not what it has been, and the chart it's good. You know, you can see good with the reading glasses, but my husband helped me and he printed this out, and isn't it great? It's much bigger and I can really see the rows. It's great, and I don't even have to pick up the glasses and put them on. I can just see everything fine, and I like that. So that's what I'm doing now. Got a few projects waiting. I'm really enjoying this knit so far. I think I feel the different colours turn out differently. Some are really soft, some are not as soft. These two colours are really soft. This purple is so soft, and so it's a joy to work with this yarn. I really do like it, and the pattern is easy to follow. The chart is easy to follow once you understand the invisible. It's called the invisible left leaning increase, I think. The invisible left increase, which means it leans to the left, I think. Yeah. So when I understood how to do that and follow the chart correctly, it's fairly easy and really nice knitting, and I can even watch television and knit and still follow what happens in the film or whatever we're watching. We watched a Norwegian movie yesterday, Askeladden, Bergakungen. which was a lot of fun. You can find it on Netflix. And I could still knit a lot while still enjoying what was happening in the movie. This seems so much easier to knit also when it's just 2 colours and not a lot of yarn balls to keep track of. It's just 2 colours, knitting, following the chart. Yeah. So hopefully I will be back maybe in a week or 2, and you will see what progress I've made on this sweater. I might knit another one for oldest daughter, one of these Sunrae. She doesn't really know. Maybe we'll knit one inspired by this, but only 2 colours, or we'll knit a Sunrae, we don't know. But that's the next project in line, and 2 shawls as well, but I'll show you that next time. I think that was all for today. I'll have to go down and see how the cooking is going, if the rice is ready. Okay, so thank you for joining me today, and I will see you soon. If you want to know when the next episode is out, hit the subscribe button, and thank you for today. Bye bye.